What happens when a hot-headed car dealership manager kicks out an unassuming older man, only to discover he's the new owner of the entire business? Watch till the end to see how one act of arrogance changes everything. The morning buzz at Horizon Motors was as frantic as ever. Sales staff shuffled papers, updated the inventory board, and greeted customers. But behind the scenes, a different energy brewed, one of stress and fear. Greg Hastings, the manager, stood at the center of the chaos, barking orders like a drill sergeant. His eyes darted across the room as he berated an employee for misplacing a brochure. "We're not here to babysit customers or each other. Keep moving, people. We're here to sell, not slack off." Emma, a junior salesperson, whispered to her coworker Jake, "I swear, one day Greg's going to yell at the wrong person." Jake smirked. "If that happens, I'll grab popcorn." Greg's booming voice interrupted their banter. "What are you two gossiping about? Get back to work." Emma and Jake quickly dispersed, rolling their eyes. Just then, the door chime rang and an older man walked in. He wore a rugged leather jacket, faded jeans, and a cowboy hat tilted low over his lined face. His boots clicked softly against the tile as he moved with deliberate slowness, pausing to look at the cars. Emma, always eager to greet customers, approached him with a warm smile. "Good morning, sir. Welcome to Horizon Motors. Can I help you find something?" The man looked at her with a faint smile. "Just browsing for now." Emma nodded. "Of course. Let me know if you have any questions." Greg, watching from his office, noticed the interaction. His eyes narrowed as he watched the man wander through the showroom, seemingly uninterested in buying anything. After a few minutes, Greg stormed out of his office and approached the man. "Excuse me, sir," Greg said sharply. "Are you looking to buy a car today?" The man turned to face him, his calm blue eyes meeting Greg's fiery glare. "Not sure yet," he replied evenly. Greg crossed his arms. "Well, this isn't a place for window shopping. We're running a business here. If you're not serious about buying, I suggest you head elsewhere." Emma, overhearing, stepped forward nervously. "Greg, I think he's just taking his time." Greg cut her off with a wave of his hand. "I don't need your input, Emma. Go handle a paying customer." The man raised an eyebrow but didn't respond to Greg's outburst. Instead, he tipped his hat slightly and said, "All right, I'll leave." The room fell silent as the man turned to walk out. Just as the man reached the door, a black SUV pulled into the lot, its sleek frame gleaming under the morning sun. The vehicle stopped abruptly, and out stepped Mr. Harrison, the regional director of Horizon Motors. Harrison adjusted his tie as he strode into the showroom, his eyes scanning the room before landing on the older man. His face lit up with recognition. "Mr. Eastwood!" Harrison exclaimed, hurrying toward the man with his hand outstretched. "It's an honor to meet you, sir. I didn't expect you this early." Greg froze. "Wait, Eastwood? Like Clint Eastwood?" The older man, now confirmed to be Clint Eastwood, shook Harrison's hand with a faint smile. "Yes, Clint Eastwood," Harrison said, turning to address the staff. "And not just Clint Eastwood. The new owner of Horizon Motors, he purchased the entire chain last week." A collective gasp rippled through the room. Emma's jaw dropped, Jake whistled under his breath, and Greg felt the blood drain from his face. Greg stammered, I didn't realize." Clint turned to Greg, his expression calm but his tone sharp. "Didn't realize what, son? That respect is free? Or that judging people based on their appearance isn't good business?" I, I'm sorry, Mr. Eastwood. I didn't mean any disrespect," Greg blurted. Clint raised a hand, silencing him. Actions speak louder than words. Harrison, now clearly irritated, clapped Greg on the shoulder. "Greg, a word in my office. Now." As Greg shuffled away, Clint addressed the rest of the staff. His voice, calm but authoritative, carried across the room. "Folks, I came here today to see how this place operates. What I've seen so far isn't just disappointing, it's unacceptable." The employees exchanged nervous glances, unsure of what was coming next. "I believe in running a business where people are treated with respect, customers and employees alike," Clint continued. "From now on, this dealership is going to operate with integrity. If any of you aren't on board with that, you know where the door is." Emma stepped forward hesitantly. "Mr. Eastwood, I just wanted to say that not all of us agree with how Greg handles things. Some of us are trying to make this a better place." Clint smiled faintly. I can see that, miss, and I appreciate it. What's your name? Emma, she replied, blushing slightly. Well, Emma, keep up the good work. People like you are the future of this business. In Harrison's office, Greg sat with his head in his hands as Harrison delivered a scathing review of his behavior. By the end of the meeting, Greg was demoted to a smaller, struggling dealership on the outskirts of town, a harsh but deserved punishment. Meanwhile, Clint made Emma the new assistant manager. Her kind demeanor and willingness to stand up for others made her an ideal leader. Over the next few months, Horizon Motors underwent a complete transformation. Clint visited regularly, working closely with the staff to create a positive, customer-focused culture. The toxic environment Greg had fostered was replaced with teamwork and respect. One afternoon, as Clint prepared to leave the dealership after another successful visit, Emma approached him. Mr. Eastwood, I just wanted to thank you for everything. This place feels like a completely different world now. Clint tipped his hat. It's not about me, Emma. It's about people like you who care enough to make a difference. Keep up the good work. As Clint walked out to his car, the staff gathered at the showroom windows, watching him with a newfound sense of admiration. Months later, Horizon Motors was thriving under its new leadership. Emma had grown into her role as assistant manager, and the staff worked together with a newfound sense of purpose. Customers noticed the change, and the dealership quickly earned a reputation for its excellent service and positive atmosphere. One day, Clint returned to the showroom to check on progress. Emma greeted him with a smile. Mr. Eastwood, you'll be happy to know we just broke our all-time sales record this month. Clint grinned. That's what happens when people respect each other and work as a team. As Clint walked through the bustling showroom, he paused to admire the teamwork and camaraderie he had helped foster. Before leaving, he turned to the team and said, Remember, success isn't just about selling cars, it's about building trust. Keep doing what you're doing, and you'll go far. The staff clapped and cheered as Clint exited the building, leaving behind a legacy that would inspire them for years to come. Thanks for watching. If you love this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss our next fascinating tale. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.